What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another spoiler review of Halloween 2018. Don't give me the, why'd you spoil it? You didn't give us warning. I said it in the beginning of the video. Spoiler review. If you haven't seen the movie, turn this off. If you don't mind getting spoiled, here we go, man. Michael Myers is back, okay? Halloween starts again, and it opens up with these two people doing a podcast. They're doing a podcast on serial killers, and they're talking about, well, not really serial killers, because Michael Myers, with the logic that they're doing, he just killed his sister when he was a kid, and he escaped and tried to kill Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know if he's really considered a serial killer, mass murderer, maybe? I don't know. Whatever Michael Myers is, these people were interested in him for their podcast. It was a guy and a girl. So they roll up to Jamie Lee Curtis's house, Laurie Strode, and was like, we want to do an interview with you. And like, we're journalists. I don't want to pay her. His co-host was like, pay her the money. So they had her little gate speaker, like, we want to do an interview with you about, Michael Myers and, stuff. She's just silent on the intercom, nothing. Then she came in, we'll pay you $3,000. Cut to the button press, the gate opens, and that, I felt every piece of the gate open. Like if Michael Myers tried to kill me, I survive, and I just been held up in my house, and you roll up, we want to interview you, Tony Baker. We want to interview you about the night. This is gonna be crickets. Then you be like, we'll pay you $3,000. I'm hitting that button. You coming on in, we're gonna do this interview. $3,000, and I was at the house not doing nothing. When $3,000 just shows up to your house, you take it. Anyway, she did the little interview, kicked them out, and they still, on their little quest. They went to the loony bin to interview Michael, which they didn't show. They didn't show them interview Michael Myers. Unless I missed something in the very, very beginning, because they had his original mask, these two people doing the interviews and the podcast. So they were really looking for Michael Myers. They were about to transport Michael to some other facility, and Jamie Lee Curtis was keeping track. Mind you, she's been preparing to kill Michael Myers for 40 years. She knows how to shoot. She got mannequins in the back, all headshots. She just like with the handguns, the shotguns, the rifles, you name it, she was killing it. And I was like, okay, she's not missing. She's ready for Michael Myers. They cut to a scene of this random hunter and his son. They were just driving at night. The bus had already took off with the loony patients on there, Michael Myers in tow, and the doctor working on them. And so, they in the car, they try to establish a character connect in like 2 minutes. This kid with an ashy voice and his old dad, like, I'm taking you hunting. He was like, but I want to go to dance class, Dad. He's like, no, I'm gonna take you hunting. So they see the bus and like, oh, there's people walking around. They get scared. The hunter goes, I'm gonna go check it out, son. You stay here. He's like, Dad, don't go. The dad didn't come back, so the kid is checking it out. He's got a rifle in his hand. He's like, what's going on here? He goes into the bus, shoots the doctor on accident because, hey, don't shoot. And he shot him. Like, he didn't kill him, but he shot him. It was funny. So he gets back in the truck. Michael Myers is in there. Chokes out the kid, kills the kid. And I was like, okay, Michael ain't playing. The gloves are off, anybody could get it. Cause you know how kids get a pass? Not today. No passes for the kid. Kills the kid, so Mike is on the loose. And they were showing him without his mask, but you could never see his face, but you knew he was old. So this lets you know Michael Myers does age. But I wanna know, was he working out while he was in the penitentiary, the institution? Was he working out? Was he doing push-ups? Why is he so strong? Because the way Michael Myers was killing people was easy work. He just beating them, punching them, smashing their face in, teeth shattered, one punch. He stomped this dude's head completely. With one boot stomp to the head, the dude's head exploded like a pumpkin. I was like, that's a strong leg. That's a strong leg workout. I don't know, I need to know what kind of workouts he was doing for 40 years. Then they had the cop played by Will Patton. He was like the sheriff, but he just seemed like, he just seemed soft though, like what's wrong with you, man? It was like, y'all know Michael Myers, you know what he's capable of, let's get it. And then the whole thing with Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, she don't want to talk to her mom because you raised me just, I was shooting and hiding. I had to get over this, so I want to turn my back on you so I can raise a normal family. Just whining about, just quit whining. So what, you learn how to fight and survive. Oh, woe is me. And then the granddaughter wanted to connect, but the daughter was lying, like, did you ask grandma she was coming to my graduation? Yeah, I called her. She ain't called. You know what I'm saying? So the granddaughter was, in contact with her own grandmother. They had that whole dynamic, and she was like, yo, you gotta protect yourself out here. It's real out here. Michael Myers can pop up at any moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I had to raise your mother like that, but I got no apologies. I did what I had to do for her. You know what I'm saying? No apologies right here. I respected it. I was like, because Michael Myers is out here. He escapes, he's coming. Jamie Lee Curtis sees this on the news. She pops up like, yo, y'all come to my house. I got the whole bunker. I got the basement set up underneath the little kitchen sink island. You know what I'm saying? Guns galore. Let's do this, man. We've been waiting for Michael Myers. No, Mom, you're crazy. You just need to stop. We're living a normal life. And then the granddaughter, you know, she was hanging out with a group of friends that were jerks and like, you know, unlikable. So you knew they were going to get killed. The typical slasher format. Let's make these characters unlikable so when they get killed, you won't mind. Okay. It backfired though because they gave these cops a personality real quick. They were arguing about food. Now, I love food. So when you have characters passionate about food, I don't want them to die immediately. It was a cop in there, he was like, yo man, it's this sandwich, they use this Vietnamese bread. And I know all you eat is peanut butter and jelly, so I figured I would get you the sandwich with the Vietnamese bread, but just put peanut butter and jelly in there to step up your lunch. He was like, I like my lunch. He pulled out his lunch, it was like a brownie and some chocolate pudding. He was like, you eat like a 5-year-old. And I was like, man, I like these guys. But then they got killed. I was like, crap, man. You know what I'm saying? But this little black kid that was getting babysat by the friend of the granddaughter, he was a funny little kid. He was like, you know, I know y'all gonna come over here to smoke weed. I know what's going on. And they had a little back and forth. Well, I'm gonna tell your mother what's really on your web browser. They're like, oh, that's what we doing out here? So they had a little back and forth, which was dope. You know what I mean? They had a little connection. So I cared about the kid. And you know, I was like, Michael Myers, he killed the kid earlier. This kid could just be next up on the chopping block. Michael Myers don't care, you know what I'm saying? And why, every time Michael Myers is in Michael Myers, he's got the mechanic jumpsuit on, he's got the mask back. He stands real stiff once he gets that outfit on. Like he was on the street and these little kids ran into him, his hands, who stands like this? Because before he got his little costume together, he was walking regular, he was standing regular. As soon as he got his costume, stiff, with the hands close to his side. I'm like, who walks like that? So like I was saying in the other video, you've been training for 40 years. You know how to shoot. You got the knife training. You got the hand-to-hand combat. Don't let me see you fumbling around when it's crunch time. And that's exactly what happened, man. Once Michael Myers, she saw Michael Myers in a mirror reflection. She saw him in the window of a house. She saw him, and we didn't know it was a reflection at the time. She saw him, shot the mirror right in the head. Boom, I was like, yes. But it was a mirror, so I was like, all right, that was dope. But then when she was behind him, shot, missed. Got him in the shoulder. I was like, oh, now you missing now? You missing now? For 40 years, you gonna miss? Michael Myers got a big head. How do you miss that dome? The shoulder blast. And then she couldn't find him after that. He mysterious, all of a sudden, Michael Myers is running away. They didn't show him run away, but the only way you can disappear that quick is if you're running. And they never show him run. Nah, man, it ain't adding up. So then, you know, they had a little face off later on in the movie. He tries to get her. She shoots his hand off because he had her by the head. And I was like, all right, so I'll let that pass because he did creep in through the door. She wasn't ready for that. Okay. But after that, she ready again. She going through the house looking for him. He catches her by surprise. You shouldn't be caught by surprise. It's been 40 years. You've been training for this. Ain't no catch you by surprise. I don't know. They have a little altercation. She falls out the window. He looks at her down there at the bottom of the floor, you know, because she fell off the roof. He was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then he heard noise in the house. He looked back. Then he looked back, she was gone. In that moment, I was like, they should just flip this whole movie. Have Jamie Lee Curtis stalking Michael Myers the rest of the movie. Have him be the victim. Have him like panicking and jumping. That'd have been so funny if they just did that. Like as soon as Jamie Lee Curtis disappeared, because Michael Myers been doing this for years to everybody. They look down, he's gone all of a sudden. Let's give him a taste of his own medicine. That would have been dope. Michael Myers would be like, oh, and then he started talking all of a sudden. He'd be like, oh shit, she left. He started calling 911, the phones ain't working. I want to see Michael Myers trying to call 911 because she disappeared. Like, but he don't talk. So he's on the phone like, hello, 911, what's your emergency? He just, then he just hangs up. That'd have been dope, man. The writers, why didn't y'all have the courage to do it? Anyway, man, they ended up getting him down into the basement. And that was the whole plan. They wanted to trap him in the basement because she had the whole house rigged as a trap. And that was the thing. And like, even the daughter that, you know, neglected and tried to bypass her whole life in training, she had a rifle. Michael Myers was at the top of the cellar. And she played it off like she was weak. He popped up, she shot him. Right here, she had the scope and everything. Bow. Shot him, didn't do the kill shot. You've been training your whole life. He's right there. How you gonna miss and hit him in the shoulder? He falls down the steps, Nah, man. And then they didn't continue to work him. When he fell down the steps into the cellar, they got all kind of guns in there. They could have just been shooting him, unloading, shooting him as a family. They could have all just been there, the granddaughter, the daughter, and the grandma, just all dumping on him, working the killer, just working. Nah, he falls down there, let's run, and then the ankle grab, typical ankle grab. They could have just been blasting away. No, they trap him in there, they burn him up, but he disappears on the burnout. When they show the house burning and everything burning, Michael Myers was standing there looking at them as the fires were raging behind them. And then I felt kind of sorry for him too, because they had him trapped in there. He was just like, but when they were showing him burn, and then they, of course, got out the house, you know, the three women, and then they were showing the house burn. They showed the basement again. He wasn't there. Did he get out? I see what they're trying to do. So who knows, man? And I didn't have no real genuine scares. I jumped internally one time, but I was like, damn, they got me. Other than that, So I gave it the 2.5 saxophone. You know what I'm saying? That's my spoiler review of Halloween 2018. Let me know what you thought. Let's have a spoiler-filled conversation about Halloween 2018. And should they have done that? Should they have switched the whole movie up? Just change the whole format of the movie. That's like a Sixth Sense style twist. Just change the whole format of the movie. Have Jamie Lee Curtis really stalking him and Michael Myers panicking and running. Oh, that would have been genius. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and as usual, we out here.